What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. It's time for yet another big edition of The Mail. That's right, time for The Mail. This edition of The Mail is brought to you by my good friend Bill Bafford. You may know the name, have heard it on my channel before. Bill Bafford is the owner of ROXX Records, and he is the owner of nolifetilmetal Records, which of course is the name of my channel. And I often many times say my label, but we call it a partnership. So him and I work on this together. We each have our own jobs as part of the label. So, but in any case, he said, "Hey, I sent you a package. It's got some stuff in it from the label that that I worked on, but there's some other stuff in there. So if you wouldn't mind, do a live opening." He said, "There's some cool stuff in there for you." So I was like, "You got it, man." So I got my handy knife. So I'm yammering on as I open up this box, so I didn't pre-open it at all. Let's see if I can put this away without cutting myself. There we go. And here we have it, the box. So, need to move some stuff out of the way here. And put it up here, and we'll see what's in here. Alright, so we got some packing material right up front. And we'll just put that off to the side. Looks like CDs, t-shirts, maybe some vinyl mixed in there. Alright. So first off, we got some releases that I worked on for ROXX Records. So let me see what we got here. All right, yeah, I know all these releases. All right, so this is Follower. So this is on ROXX Records, and this is Into the Sun. This is a early '80s hard rock album, melodic hard rock, whatever you want to call it. Some of these guys went on to bigger and better things after Follower. They only released this one album. It actually was released in vinyl on gosh, it had to be 84, 85. And this actually has been remixed and remastered. So, and the remix is fantastic. Now, the remix was done by one of the guys in the band, well, two of the guys in the band actually. Let me just pop this open so you can kind of see it since I worked on it. Kind of anxious to see how it all came out. So I did do the cover art. It's similar to the original cover art. The original cover art was that same photo, with slightly different background, but it was all like pastel-y colors, and it made them look like this pop, 80s pop band, and that's not it at all. These guys are definitely hard rock. I mean, they are a Christian band, so I would, compare them to bands like Rez, some of the hard rock and Petra stuff, or Whiteheart, that kind of stuff. And in fact, one of the guitar players in this band, whose name is slipping my mind temporarily, let's see, it's on the back here, Brian Wooten, ended up playing with Whiteheart for, gosh, 8 years, I think it was. Played on 3 or 4 albums with them, co-wrote songs, and ended up going and moving into Petra and co-writing songs for 2 Petra albums and playing on one of the 2. So I don't know that he was ever an official member of the band where he toured with them, but he definitely wrote with them. But if you look inside, there's a collage. You can see the original cover down there. But yeah, this is a great album. It's much better than you might think it is. But it was remixed by Brian Wooten, remixed part of it, and the lion's share was remixed by Kerry Crafton, who was also in this band. He was the other guitar player. And Kerry Crafton is a very, very well-known producer. He's done a lot of different releases out of Texas. So yeah, it sounds phenomenal. And it was remastered by Rob Caldwell, who, of course, I'm sure you've heard his name on my channel before. That guy's done freaking everything. I mean, I got a pile of CDs right there. I could just name them. So there's, let me see, Nevermore, Jeff Loomis, Warldane, Jag Panzer, Rez Band, Flotsam and Jetsam, Stryper, Accuser, Coroner, Believer. Those are just some of the releases that Rob Caldwell has done the mastering on, and he's just fantastic. He just does a fantastic job. But really happy with how this one came out. Love the duotone look of the cover. So anyhow, this is supposed to be a video for the mail, not me showing off my graphics. But so I'll stop doing that, because otherwise this video will go on forever. But this is Brad Smith's Broken Bones and Bullet Holes. New album, again, on ROXX Records. This is kind of heavy, sludgy, almost southern influenced rock. I would put them with like a Black Label Society, Brand New Sin, kind of that stuff. So it's got this really heavy sound, clean vocals, big hooks. Really, really good record. What I know of it, I haven't heard the whole thing yet. I've only heard bits of it, but looking forward to checking it out. But I did do the layout. I did not do the cover art. I did clean the cover art up and help them out a little bit. With it, added some smoke in here, and he asked me to add something, some type into his forehead, make it look like it was carved in. So that I did some of that stuff, but I did do the layout for the rest of the project. So it's got a nice booklet inside of it. But again, I said I wouldn't get deep into that stuff. Okay, same thing here. This is Louis Cardenas. This is called Stages. I did do the album cover on this. But however, it's not my idea. That Louis actually sent me these 4 images and told me exactly what he wanted. So so this is his kind of, you know, idea. I just brought it to fruition for him. But Louis Cardenas, he's been around since the 80s. He had a huge album back in, gosh, 87 or so, on, I believe it was on MCA Records. Anyhow, he's still out there kicking, doing the hard rock thing. But Louis was actually good friends with the singer from Boston before he passed away, obviously, Brad Delp. And one of the songs on here is actually a song that Brad Delp wrote. I'm not sure the whole story. I just know that Brad Delp wrote it. It never made it onto a Boston record, so Louis has had it all these years, so he went ahead and recorded it for Brad. And then there's another song on here that's kind of dedicated to and about his friendship with Brad Delp. So, and the style is AOR, you know, AOR hard rock. Not that different than the follower I showed earlier, but obviously it's got more modern production because it was just recorded. This is a brand new album. Interestingly enough, Brad Smith plays on this album and helps him write here, and then Louis plays drums on this album. So, and I believe actually helps on some of the vocals or background vocals. So these two albums are pretty related, and both these guys were in a band called Latter Rain, which also was released on ROXX Records not too long ago. And they had 3 albums out, recorded in the 80s and early 90s. And then this is Kill Devil Hill. This is actually on my label, nolifetilmetal Records, that we just put out recently, and these are just beginning to ship. We're still waiting for the vinyl to come in, I believe. That should be coming out very shortly. But Kill Devil Hill is, you know, a hard rock band, kind of a, I don't know, super group of sorts. This, I believe, was their 2nd album. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I actually do like it a lot. Many of the releases that are coming out on No Life Metal, you know, I have something to do with those albums, and I kind of choose them, and I meet these bands and bring them in. But this particular one was all Bill. He loved this album, and I was unfamiliar with it, but so he managed to get this one in. But yeah, this has got, so it's produced by Jeff Pilson, of course, of Dokken and Dio fame, and then the let's see, let me show you the picture of the band. There you go. So you got Rex Brown and Vinny Appice, who, of course, Vinny Appice was in Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and Dio. And then Rex Brown, of course, of Pantera fame. And then there's Mark Zevon and Dewey Bragg, who are still doing the Kill Devil Hill things. And I know they were part of other bands too, but I can't remember which one's top of my head at the moment. So like I said, these guys are, you know, fairly popular, but they're a newer band to me, just one that I wasn't familiar with until I started working on it. But yeah, just great hard rock, you know, pushing towards heavy metal. I mean, it just depends on what your definition of heavy metal is. You know, these days I hear people online arguing that Saxon, Iron Maiden, and Metallica aren't heavy metal, so whatever. It's just good. It's just very well done, very well recorded. Hard rock, big hooks, you know, huge drum sounds, heavy guitars. It's, you know, what I like. So there you go. All right, now this one here I wasn't expecting, and it's not one that I worked on. This is the Brave Carnival of Sins. Now this, I think this is like their 5th album. The Brave have been around since the late 80s, I believe. Their first 2 albums were on Pachyderm Records, which was John and Dino Elefante's label. Of course, John Elefante was the singer for Kansas during the 80s, and he, of course, also has tons of solo albums out and was in the band Mastodon in the 80s as well. But anyhow, this is their newest album. I think it's all self-produced, and looking forward to hearing it. I haven't heard this at all, so very cool for him to send that to me. I didn't know he was going to send that one, so that was kind of a surprise. See what else is in here. All right, so this is cool. I'm excited about this. This is finally out. This is nolifetilmetal Records Volume 4. So this is a compilation of stuff that's come out on nolifetilmetal Records in the last year or so, with a couple extra bonus tracks and a couple tracks that are for stuff that's going to be coming out. There's a Patriarchs in Black track on here called Submission Bell. They are not on my label, but I love that band. Dan Lorenzo has become a friend of mine, and so I'm super happy to help promote his band on this thing. But there's Anger is Art. There's a new Iron Jaw track on here. That's coming out in 2025. There's Primal, Sacred Reich, Avenger of Blood, Liar, After the Rage, Slaughterhouse, Vindicator, Absalon, Kill Devil Hill, Chris Manning, and then All for the King, which is one of my favorite releases of 2024, and Motivic, another one of my favorite releases of 2024. And yeah, you can get this for like $2 at roxxrecords.com. And I think if you order, you know, so many things, he's sending these out as for free to some people, but it's only like $2. So, so there's that, and then there's also the Christmas CD, which he does every year. This is A Christmas That Rocks Volume 3. So this is the third volume of this. It's got a very similar cover to the last two, with that's myself and Bill Bafford as characters on The Simpsons, and of course it's got a Simpsons Christmas background, and every year the front cover has the picture of us the same, but the background is always different. So, but it's all Christmas songs by hard rock and heavy metal bands. So you've got All for the King, Chris Manning, We Are Resolutes, Craig Phillips, Damascus, Mangled Carpenter, Patrick Alexander, Puddle Glum, Pulpit Vomit. I'm sure that's some sort of death metal, but it is a mixture of styles, but all kinds of hard rock and metal. Silence the Burden, The Blamed, featuring Reese Roper, Thomas Thompson Earth Project, that's Dale Thompson from Bride, Thorns Inside featuring Paul Bowman, Weapons of God, Wretched Grave Robber, which is basically Grave Robber, Wretched being the singer from Grave Robber, doing I Saw Your Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, and Reptalian doing God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and Wreck the Halls. So there you go. I think this is only, I don't remember the exact price, $3, $2, $3, $4, somewhere in that area. But yeah, it's a fun Christmas album. I can pop it open to show you the inside, just because this is another one that I worked on. All except for the Brave so far are albums that I've worked on. Here's the inside. So every year, Bill writes a little letter, and we include that in the inside, and then the CD slips in here, and you can see the Santa Claus up in the sky and the flaming present on the ground with the snow. And so yeah, it's a mixture of it's actually a co-release from ROXX Records and No Life to Metal Records. We always kind of co-release it, so there's artists from both labels, but mostly this one's full of ROXX Records label stuff. I think Reptilian and Chris Manning are the only two from No Life to Metal Records that are on this particular release. And then there's a couple more in here. This is a ROXX Records sampler, Not Today, Satan, I Wanna Rock. So this is a Christian rock sampler. The artwork was done by a relative of, I think it's his daughter, drew that picture. And this is the second year in a row he's used it with just different coloring and stuff. But very obviously old school 80s indie look, which is what he was going for in this one. But tons of artists, as you can see on the back. Hold there for a second. If you want, pause them. You can see the different artists and songs. And then this is actually a compilation as well, but this is one band. This is Weapons of God. They've got 2 albums out on ROXX Records. This is called Ammunition Edition. The 2 albums sold out. These guys are just straightforward, very influenced by the 80s sound, heavy metal. Yeah, their 2 albums are gone. I don't remember how many they pressed up, but they're out of print. Well, the band's got some shows coming up, so they worked out a deal to do this kind of compilation of songs from, is it 2 albums or 3 albums? I can't, actually, let's open it and look, because I can't remember now. Might have been 3 albums. They have 3 albums out, and I think they're all gone. There's literally none of those albums left unless they do a repressing. And then there's some like extra stuff on here, including their a Christmas song. To Everybody Who Hates Christmas Music is the name of the song. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 albums, looks like. So there you go. There's the inside. You can see the different incarnations of the band, and you can see the bullet holes kind of from the front cover repeated throughout, and the CD itself looks much like the cover. So yeah, very cool. Weapons of God, Ammunition Edition, limited pressing. This one won't get pressed again. So if you're interested, if you like that band or interested, get it quick. Again, I don't think it's really expensive. I think it's very cheap. So, and then there is a T-shirt in here. Oh, I know what this is. So he got to go see, I just went to see Creator. You can see I'm wearing my Creator shirt here. I went to go see the Clash of the Titans tour with Possessed and Creator and Testament. And Creator stole the show. I mean, they were all good, but Creator just destroyed the place. It was awesome. But so anyhow, I ended up getting a T-shirt. Well, Bill got to go see one of my favorite bands that you don't hear much about, but this is Zebra. This is the back of the shirt. And he picked me up a Zebra tour shirt. You can see the front's got a little pocket logo with the Zebra logo on there. But yeah, short tour, as you can see. But yeah, I did not get to go see them. They did not come anywhere near here that I remember. See, the closest they got to me is San Antonio, Texas, which is not close. Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Tennessee, lots of California shows, Louisiana, and Florida. So anyhow, there you go, Zebra. That's very cool. So let's see what else is in here, because there seems to be something else under this. Vinyl. All right, so there is some vinyl in here, and let me see. I think there's 2 albums in here. Yep, that's it. 2 albums in here. So let's see what they are. All right, so this is I don't know what pressing this is, but we'll take a look in a second. So this is Stryper. This is their new album, When We Were Kings. So looking forward to giving that a spin, because I actually usually buy Stryper stuff first time. I mean, I usually do pre-order for it. Didn't do it this time, and my whole life since since what, 83, I think, when I discovered the band, I've just been a Stryper fanatic. I've seen them live many times, met them several times. Even my band even played their Stryper Expo back in, I don't know, 2004, I think it was. But yeah, this one I didn't rush to get, and then on to get into any reasoning for that. But I actually did a little bit of work on it. I ended up doing a hype sticker for one of the versions of this record that came out. So that's very cool. I appreciate Bill sending me that. I'm kind of anxious. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to open it now. We're going to see what pressing this is, because there was many different pressings with different color vinyl. The one I worked on was purple, and this one is... Oh, this is very cool. Nice pressing. Split yellow and black attack. So, very cool. Have to change out the sleeve. It's one of these cheap paper sleeves. I'll put a poly sleeve in there to protect the record a little bit on this paper one. But that's cool. I wasn't expecting that, so that was a nice little surprise. And then, I said the vinyl for Kill Devil Hill may be coming out soon. Yep, here it is. I don't know if I think the Kill Devil Hill vinyl must be shipping to everybody, and if it came to me, so this is the Revolution Rise vinyl, and as you can see, it's got the hype sticker on there with Vinny Appice and Rex Brown being the 2 big names that are in the band, the big selling point. This one is going into distribution. ROXX Records now has big mainstream distribution, and so you're going to start seeing more coming from them, bigger pressings and that kind of thing. Because ROXX usually does between 100 and 200 records only, so their stuff disappears quickly. And this particular one, like I said, I worked on it. So front cover, which is identical to the original cover. However, nobody had the art, so I had to recreate it from a CD. And if you look closely, you can see it looks fantastic. I de-screened it, made sure it was perfectly clean. I actually redid the logo so it's sharp and crisp. Redid the title. Everything is brand new, so it came out real nice. I kind of took something from the booklet and designed the back cover. And then there's the insert, which is right here. You can see the band, thank you notes, liner notes, lyrics. And then the vinyl itself, I believe, was like a burnt orange color. Let's see here. It should be. Yeah, it's a bright orange color. Very bright orange color. But there's the nolifetilmetal. There's the Kill Devil Hill custom center label. On the back has the nolifetilmetal fist, like every single nolifetilmetal records has, except for one. There's one that doesn't, and I don't remember which one it is top of my head. But we always use that fist on the back. But there was just one that I don't know. I work on these things, and I just decided it needed to have something different on the back, so I put something different. But in any case, and there was also this Kill Devil Hill reflective sticker that comes with pre-order. So if you pre-ordered it, you got the Kill Devil Hill sticker. I think there's a few of these left, but I don't know how many. But if you want to get the Kill Devil Hill record, this is a kind of a freebie that comes with it if you order it before the release date. It's definitely before the release date, so I mean, I'd give it a shot if you're interested in you get the sticker. I don't usually use the stickers for anything. They just ended up staying with whatever album it came with. So that's it. And then there's a flyer in there as well for nolifetilmetal Records, which he pretty much puts in every single order, and then I flip it over, there's ROXX Records on the other side. So that's it. That's my mail video from ROXX Records and my very close friend Bill Bafford. Bill, thank you very much for the extras, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Leave a message below. If you haven't already, please subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff is much appreciated. And that's it. God bless. Stay strong. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to No Life to Metal. Man, can't get this right. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life to Metal. It's time for another... No, it's not.